Why do we do anything? Why do we do what we do? Why do we pick up certain hobbies, or why do we choose the careers that we choose? There's always an underlying factor, some sort of motivation on why we do what we do. And what is it? For me, in this photography journey, I like to say that my why is the experience. It's the adventure of getting out there and finding that perfect shot, of standing in sub-zero temperatures waiting for the moon to rise. And that's all true. I mean, that's all true. That is why I do what I do. But there's also a much, much, much deeper reason. And I've tried to record this video probably a dozen times. Here, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why I do what I do. Today's Father's Day, and about 5 years ago, my children, who are grown up now, they cut me out of their lives. And I look back on it and I see why they did it. And I actually have some respect for them, actually a lot of respect for them for doing what they did and protecting their own light. I get it. It's hard on a YouTube video to go in and really explain all of that, and I don't think that I really need to here. But I do want to say, to them specifically, that I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't stand up for you when I should have. And I'm sorry that I let fear of losing something over here affect so deeply the love that I have for you. And I deeply, deeply regret that I didn't stand up for you in those times when I should have. Many times over a couple of years. I should have made certain decisions, and I should have stood up, and I should have said something, and I didn't. And I'm sorry. I love you guys so much, and I am so sorry that happened. I know that we can't go back into the past and change things, but I also know that we can work toward a better future. And that's where photography comes in for me, because honestly, I have this little hope that that maybe my kids would see one of these videos and be like, hey, maybe I should reach out. And maybe that's it's an unrealistic expectation perhaps, but it is one of the whys while I do this. Just to hope that they see who I really am, and see who I became, and see what motivates me every day, and to see the adventures that I go on, and just see the person that I became and that I continue to become. I have this dear friend of mine, and I was talking to her about this, and she said, all relationships are in a state of flux. You can either add to them or you can subtract from them. And man, did that resonate with me. That's so absolutely accurate. And this little reminder to me that there really is no end. There's only a potential for new beginning. And that gives me hope, especially on Father's Day. I've spent a lot of Father's Days alone, without a text, without an email, without a phone call. And yeah, that hurts. It does. It hurts. And I know they have to be thinking of me, and I certainly think of them. I mean, every single day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my kids and wonder what they're doing and what they're up to and if they're happy, and every day. And I hope that at least on Father's Day they think of me too. I hope. But it's not on them to reach out. It's on me, and to make sure that every single day they know that I love them and that I want to try to make this better. And I think it's also a reminder, to them, to me, and to you, that estrangement does happen in families, and it's probably far more common than we think. But it doesn't have to be forever. And I hope that by sharing this, maybe you'll be inspired to contact somebody, or to reach out, or to at least have the hope that if that person is worth fighting for, then you will fight for that person and things will resolve. I hope that for you, and I hope that for me too. And maybe sharing stories like this will result in a reunion of some kind. I think it's pretty common when there's pain like this to run from it, to hide from it, to mask it with something else. And for me, I just don't want to hide from it anymore. I just want to sit in it. I think sitting in that pain is really the only way that we can grow as humans and overcome things like this. So I'm not hiding anymore. So on this Father's Day, I just want to sit in that pain here on YouTube and just tell my kids that I love them and I am deeply sorry. And I know that there's a lot of recovery that needs to happen, and I don't even know if they're willing, but there's only one way to know. If you do find yourself fearful or reluctant to reach out to somebody, just ask yourself why. Are you afraid of judgment? Are you afraid of backlash? Whatever that fear is, like, I can promise you this, that the torment of that fear is way worse than the potential for love that stands on the other side of that fear. Getting back to my why and how this all relates back to photography is through these videos, through this YouTube channel, through my art website, through my Instagram, my Facebook. Everything that I do is to show my heart and invite you in, invite my children in, and share this journey of adventure and photography and pain and healing with you. And I know that we all go through it. And if you do, maybe we can heal together. You know, we're all in this world together, and we don't have to go through stuff alone, even though it sure feels like we do sometimes. So I guess I'm going to wrap this up and just say that I really hope this path ultimately leads me to a reunion with my kids. Please know that I love you, and I would love to reconnect and at least have the conversation with you guys. If the stars don't align for that in this lifetime, I know that at the very least I have this set of videos that shows my my passion for adventure and photography and for creating this art. And so much of it is inspired by you, by my kids, by anybody who's ever tuned in to this channel to watch. And I'm so grateful for you for doing that and for sharing this journey with me. And there's gonna be more, and you know, future videos, we're gonna get back to the regular stuff. You know, I was just out yesterday and I created some great videos on like how to focus a good shot, you know, and we're gonna get back to that stuff. But we're also gonna be raw and real and human and talk about the pain that we go through sometimes. And of course, we're gonna share all the happy times too, but it's not all happy and good all the time. And, you know, especially on days where like sit on the porch earlier and hear a neighbor take phone call after phone call from people who love them, you know, and that's wonderful. That's so good. Call the people in your life who love you and tell them, and just be there. Be there for who you can be. And life just is not very long, you know? It's just not very long. We just don't have a lot of opportunity to really tell the people we love that we love them. So on this Father's Day 2024, that's a little explanation of why I do what I do. And I think I'll just sign off by asking you, what's yours?